So, this is my yoga practice. This is the practice I do every single day. In this vlog, I'm going to take you through a week of my daily Ashtanga yoga practice. I hope that this vlog can inspire you to practice yoga, or at least that you can enjoy watching this video. So, thank you so much for watching. Hi everybody, my name is Inger and welcome to this video. Today I thought I would show you guys my yoga practice and how I practice yoga throughout a week. So what you will see in this video is going to be captured from different days, but all of the days combined is my whole yoga practice and basically what I do every single day. And my whole yoga practice pretty much takes 90 minutes when I do it, but in this video I've comprised it down to 20 minutes while editing. In real time, it's a little bit different. For this video, I've been speeding it up and editing a little bit. But every single post that you see throughout the video is something that I do in my daily practice. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background info before we jump into this video. I have been practicing yoga now for 5 years. The 2 first years I practiced is Hatha Yoga and Vinyasa Yoga. And for the last 3 years, I've been practicing Ashtanga Yoga, which is my current practice today. Ashtanga Yoga is a quite vigorous and dynamic form of Hatha Yoga, where you practice daily physical postures for the benefit of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Ashtanga Yoga also has the potential to be a deep spiritual practice to uncover the essence of life within yourself, to bring to union the parts of yourself and your body, mind, and spirit to become one. So who are my teachers? Well, I started Ashtanga Yoga by watching Kino Macgregor's primary series. I did this video in my bathroom every single morning, and that's how I learned the primary series. Other than this, I've been 2 times to Mysore, India, where I have been practicing with Sharath Jois. So I do consider Sharath Jois as my teacher. I respect him very much and I'm so grateful for everything that he has taught me. Other than that, I just practice by myself and I try to keep up with my asana as best I can and just teach myself a little bit along the way while I wait to travel back to my teacher in India. I practice yoga pretty much every day, so for 5 or 6 days a week, depending if there's a moon day or not. Practicing yoga has been one of the best decisions of my life. It has helped me tremendously in my physical and mental and spiritual health, and I hope this video can inspire you to practice yoga as well. So if you want to practice Ashtanga Yoga, I recommend that you find either a teacher in your area who can help you, and if that's not available for you, then use a good online source to teach yourself the Ashtanga Yoga method. So once again, I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, have a beautiful day. I start off every single yoga practice at the top of my mat, where I just center myself, set an intention, and say the Ashtanga Yoga opening prayer.
Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Sandara Shita Svatma Sukha Bhavote Nishreyase Jangalika Yamane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Chankachakra Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim.
So I just start off my practice by doing my sun salutations. Here I'm doing sun salutation A. This is kind of the warm-ups for the Ashtanga Yoga practice, where you're just like getting the body warm and stretching everything and getting prepared for the practice, basically. I like to do little jumps here and there just because I think it's fun, and it's also a nice way to kind of practicing your handstands. Obviously, there's a lot of things that are more important than handstands, but it's nice to take those chances to just rehearse your handstands. So here I'm doing Sun Salutation B, which is a little bit more than the first version, but also basically just to warm up to the body, to greet the sun, and all of that good stuff. I have to admit that sun salutations aren't my favorite thing. Usually you do 5 of A and 3 of B, but I usually do 4 of A and 2 of B just because I don't care for them that much. But yeah. So I'm moving on to my standing postures here, Padangushtasana. Just a forward fold, and then the B version where you're stepping on the top of your hands and just leaning forward. Coming up here into Trikonasana, the triangle postures. This posture is actually surprisingly hard, and even though I've done it now for many years, I still find it challenging just because the alignment of the body can be a little bit tricky. It's not a difficult posture, but it's a posture where you can always like check yourself and keep finding new little things to nudge at. So here I'm doing the rotated version before I go into Parshva Konasana. Just some standing postures. The standing postures are actually really, really nice, especially when your practice gets longer. I just really appreciate the standing postures for giving me that grounding and just properly being in my breath and just focusing completely on being in my body, feeling my breath in my body and tuning in to the body awareness is a really important part in this part of the practice for me. It's just all about like feeling down into your feet at the same time as you're feeling to the top of your head, feeling your whole body and letting the breath guide you through that, basically. So yeah, I'm finishing off the standing postures here, and then I'm gonna go on to intermediate. After finishing my standing postures, I move on to intermediate series. So I'm just doing a little jump here and landing into Pashasana, the noose posture. So it's like a squat with a twist and binding your hands in the back. I like this posture. It really opens the chest and it feels nice to do. Then I walk over to Marianne to help her with her Supta Vajrasana. And then I continue my practice. So here, going on to Kranchasana, I always feel a little bit awkward in this posture, but it's a good one. It's nice to do, and it's a good one. Then I go on to Shalabhasana. Shalabhasana is also one of those postures I really like. I teach it quite a lot in my vinyasa classes just because it's so strengthening for the back, and it's a really nice posture to do if you just want to strengthen your back basically and gain flexibility at the same time. Then Dhanurasana, another one which just opens up the chest and feels really nice to do. I quite enjoy back bends. I think they're really fun and they feel really liberating. They really open up the chest and give that nice feeling. So here going into Ustrasana, which means the camel pose. Another heart opener that feels really nice to do. After these, after Ustrasana, Lagu, and Kapo, I always get extra energy. Oh, here comes Lagu Vajrasana. This posture I don't like. I took forever to learn to come back up again with my head. So Lagu for me actually was more difficult than Kapotasana, which I'm doing here. Strength has always been harder for me than flexibility. Kapotasana is quite intense back bend, but I enjoy it. Then I'm moving on to my Supta Vajrasana, and Marianne comes over to help me. Me and Marianne practice together at least one, but usually 2 mornings a week. And it's really nice to have a friend who can help you and who is also practicing Ashtanga Yoga. I really, really appreciate our friendship. And yeah, I'm so happy to have her in my life. Then moving on to Bakasana. This posture took me a good long while to learn, and to stretch out my arms took even longer. So if you're starting to practice this posture, don't be discouraged, especially the B version to jump into your arms can take quite a lot of time. So just be patient, let it take the time that it takes, and be happy for where you are. Then there are these twist postures here in the middle of intermediate series, which quite honestly just feels like a relief. They're just smack in the middle there, and they're, well, I don't want to say easy and difficult, but they're a lot better to do than some of the other poses in this series, and they just feel like so nice and like such a relief in a way. And this one, Ardha Matsyendrasana, I think it's called. I'm going to say some of these Sanskrit names wrong. I'm just telling you right now. Anyway, that's another one that I enjoy to do. Then comes Ekapada Shirsasana, where you put one leg behind your head. And then when you come up, you have to lift your butt off the ground and swing back. And let me tell you, that wasn't done in a day either. So once again, if you're practicing these postures, or if you're practicing any posture in yoga or in Ashtanga Yoga or whatever it is, be patient. Just try it over and over again. If you can't do it the first time, it's completely normal. And just try again until you get it, basically. Then we have Dvipada Shirsasana, which means both legs to the head postures. So you just smack your legs back there and do the best you can. Then the transition jumping back. And then there's Yoginidrasana, which is almost the same posture, just laying down. I have to admit, I really love this posture. When you can like properly get into it, it feels, believe it or not, really comfortable and really nice to do. Then there's Sthitibhasana. This part of intermediate series that comes now is the most intense for me. I feel like this part is the one that gets me, like, I wouldn't say tired, but it definitely gets your energy up. Then you just go for a walk. No, it's part of the posture, but it looks funny. And then you do the final part of the posture and the vinyasa, and you go back. Here comes Pincha, and let me tell you, this one took me a good long while to learn. I've always been scared of inversions, and I have always struggled with strength postures, so this was a big, big challenge for me, and it definitely wasn't done overnight. Then I do Karandavasana, which is a posture I don't think anyone likes, but we do it anyway, and we do the best we can, so there you go. I do this one 2 times. First time, I just do it halfway to lift back up, and second time, I'm tired, so I have to try again. Second time, I cross my legs and I lower all the way down. This is how it's supposed to be done, and then you're supposed to lift back up, but I can't do that yet. I will do it one day, mark my words, but I can't do it yet. Then comes Mayurasana. This one is also a strength posture. It's a little bit difficult for me, but it's decent. It's like fine. And then comes Nakrasana. This one, the first time I tried this posture, I just fell flat like a pancake on the floor, just so you know. Move on with my intermediate series poses. Next one is called Vatyanasana, which means the horse face posture. So it's a posture where you put your foot in half lotus, and then you kind of balance up on that knee and your arms and gaze towards your hands. After this, the intensity of second series kind of is going down a little bit. That's kind of the peak. I would say the peak is Sthitibhasana through Vatyanasana, and then the final postures in second series are not as intense. So This stretch I'm doing here, I really enjoy. I love stretching the side body. It's not too many opportunities like that in Ashtanga. So whenever I can stretch that side of my body, it feels really good. This is Gomakasana. So it's a horse, no, wait, it's the cow face posture. I really like this posture, but it's a lot harder than it looks. You really have to have control of your stomach muscles and your balance. And yeah, it's a challenging one for the balance. Then the final posture of intermediate before the headstands, you just roll up in a twist. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of this posture. I really wish I did. Next time I make a vlog, I'm going to remember, I promise. So that finishes up basically second series minus the headstands. Then I'm going on to my third series postures. So I just want to say I have been practicing third series for, I would say, for 5 months. So these postures are new for me. And yeah, they are definitely a work in progress. This is a posture I really enjoy to do. I like the transition. It's a lot of fun. Third series definitely has a different quality than the two first series, and it's really nice to kind of explore that. It also continues the themes of the leg behind the head postures. And the third series is called Stira Bhaga, which means strength and grace. And I feel like I have a way to go before I can handle these postures with strength and grace. But that's what makes it fun as well. That's what makes it a progress, you know. It's not done in a day, and you spend a lot of time just like getting to know the asana more and more and exploring those qualities within your body. And not expecting it to be perfect, you know. I know it's such a cliche, but it truly is a journey, and you truly have to be patient with yourself and let it take the time that it takes. Just be consistent and try the best you can and try to apply the right techniques. So here comes Bhairavasana. This one I think is really difficult, especially the transition. Jumping through there is no easy feat for me, but I'm enjoying the challenge. And again, I think that's what it's all about, to just like enjoy where you're at, whether that is struggle, whether that is grace, whatever it is, just try to enjoy where you are at all times. Then on Saturday, I did a led Zoom class with my teacher, Sharath Jois, which was very nice. And this led practice was the primary series of Ashtanga Yoga. So here I am demonstrating some of the seated postures of this sequence, but not all of them. So what you see here is not instructions, and it's not all of the postures. If you want to do all of the postures in this series, then try some online sources or try a teacher in your area. The primary series of Ashtanga Yoga is the first series that you learn. So everybody does the sun salutations and the standing postures I did in the beginning of this video. Then in primary, there are a couple of more standing postures, and then a sequence of seated postures, which I am doing some of here, but as I said, not all of them. Primary series is a beautiful, very grounding practice. It contains a lot of forward folds. It contains a lot of hip opening postures. And especially if you want to do like a seated lotus posture, Padmasana, then practicing first series is a great practice. It also is literally called Yoga Chikitsa, which means yoga therapy. So this series is great for just grounding the body, keeping you in shape, keeping you healthy, keeping you well alive. Primary series is great for all of that. Then moving on to Sunday. On Sundays, I always do full intermediate. So no more, no less, meaning I don't do the postures of third series here. So I'm just demonstrating the end of the second series, which is the 7 headstands, jokingly referred to as the 7 deadly headstands. But they're not that bad. If you can just find your focus and your gaze and your concentration, then they're okay to do. And that goes with any asana, or I guess anything in life. If you can find your sense of focus, your sense of calm, then you are ready to take on any challenge, and you can tackle everything in life, basically, as long as you stay focused and your head is in the right focus, in the right place. This is also what we call drishti, or the gazing point in yoga. So moving on here to Urdhva Dhanurasana, the wheel posture. This is something that you do no matter where you are in your Ashtanga Yoga practice. Drop backs, which I'm doing here, is just coming down to Urdhva Dhanurasana, standing back up. Something you do after you finish first series and move into intermediate. Then I do catching as well. Usually a teacher helps me, but when I'm alone, I just catch by myself, hold for a while, and come back up. I also do TikToks, handstands, going over to Scorpio variation. I just started this a couple of months ago, so these are quite challenging for me and quite fresh. After that, I come over to Paschimottanasana, and this Paschimottanasana, after those back bends and handstands, feels really good to just relax. Here I'm moving on to the finishing sequence of Ashtanga Yoga. So coming into Salamba Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand. This finishing sequence is something that everybody does. If you practice Ashtanga Yoga, whether you practice first, second, third, whatever it is, you always do these finishing postures. This is Karna Pindasana, one of my favorites. It's not exactly correct method, but I like to put my hands in the back to feel a little bit extra weight, and it's even more relaxing. So if I'm practicing alone without a teacher, I will do that. So when you move into the finishing postures here, it's really important to just find that sense of calm and just try to breathe even slower and deeper. So you can see the finishing postures as a kind of like cooling down and just winding down after your practice. Like I said, Ashtanga Yoga is quite a vigorous practice. So in the end, like these final 20 minutes of finishing postures is really just to calm down, calming your nervous system down, and calming your whole body-mind system down after an intense practice. It's really important to find that, I think, because it's important for your body and mind to associate the end of your practice being something calm and relaxing and almost restorative. I mean, I'm standing on my head here, so I can understand for many people that's not relaxing. But when you've done this for a long while, it does feel kind of like coming home, and you familiarize yourself with the asana, and it feels really calming and nice. Then there are just a couple of final seated postures, once again, just to ground the body and the mind, preparing yourself for that final Shavasana. So I'm soon going to close this video out. I'm going to end this video with the closing mantra from Ashtanga Yoga. So that's the final mantra you will hear, a mantra for peace and just to close up the practice. So thank you again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, thank you.
Swasti prajabhyaha paripalayantam nayena margena mahim mahishaha ko brahmanebhyaha shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari